Chair statement, this meeting is being recorded. If any other persons present are doing the same, they must notify the chair at this time.
Yes, Don Moran's recording.
Thanks, Don. Okay, attendance, David Singer.
Here.
Butch Hawkins present. Mayor.
Here.
Present. Chief Strahan. Oh, yeah, there
Fine.
somewhere. You're muted. I can see you. Okay. Liz Gilman. Absent. Carol Collins is absent. Excuse. David M. Absent. Steve Draculich.
Here.
Hugh. Gene Wall.
Here.
Amy McMahon. Absent. Jen Stromston.
Here.
Saya. Thank you. And Jim Nguyen.
Here.
Okay, non-voting members, Laura Phelps. Marla Warner. George Vanderlinder. Fernando. I saw you. See him. Chief Haig. No. Peter MacGyver. Saw Peter.
Present.
Yep. Greg Diefendorf. Thank you. Neil Joyce here.
Present.
Roger, no.
No Roger today.
No Roger. Katrina won't make it. In her place, Adam will be there, and Megan Spratt from Pacheco Ross will represent Pacheco Ross today. So no Dennis Adams. Ed Jarvis. Okay. Next item on the agenda is approve the prior minutes for April 14th. Peter had mailed them out, I think, at least a week or more ago. Everybody get them?
Yes.
Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Chief?
Yes.
Any further discussion on the minutes?
Amy McMahon is joined.
Amy's present. Hi, Amy. Okay. Okay, voting on the minutes, David?
Yes.
Butch is yes. Mayor?
Yes.
Chief?
Yes.
Okay. Steve Draculich?
Abstain.
Abstain, was not present. Okay. Gene Wall?
Yes.
Amy?
Yes.
Okay. Jen?
Yes.
Yes. And Jim?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, budget update, expenditures to date, Neil Joyce.
Butch, we have not processed any additional invoices since our last update. Total expenditures to date remain at just shy of 2.9 million, largely indicative of the cost of site acquisition as well as the temp station and progress payments to date for the OPM, ourselves, and Pacheco Ross.
Any questions of Neil on the budget update? Okay, thank you, Neil. Okay, update on scheduling for the ZBA and the planning board submittals. Probably Adam. Adam, are you present?
I don't see him.
I don't either. Megan?
I don't see anybody from PR.
I don't either. I know, they emailed me and they said Adam and, yes, David.
Well, I know from my own experience that everything's been filed and it's going to be heard on May the 12th at their meeting.
Yeah, there was a notice in the paper for it.
We're on schedule.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, Katrina sent me an email that said Adam and Megan Spratt would be representing Pacheco Ross for this meeting, so I don't know whether they,
Can someone
Sure.
text them?
Which I'll mute myself and reach out to Adam.
okay, sounds good. So why don't we skip down to, the railroad property update, from the mayor?
Crickets, crickets since
Crickets.
Cricket since the email that I sent the other morning. I just sent our legal counsel said we had a couple of options. We could do what's called a taking, a quote unquote friendly taking. A friendly taking basically means that, I mean, it was their suggestion to do that, so I don't think they would turn around and try to fight it. But Attorney Belcher Timmy said that a taking, regardless of whether it's opposed or not, is a somewhat lengthy process that would involve attorneys on both sides. Another option is for them to, quote unquote, sell it to us for $1 or basically deed it over to us. And that is the preferred option, obviously, because it wouldn't take quite as long. It would still involve lawyers, but probably not as lengthy a process, and therefore not as many of them for hours on end. So I posed both of those options to Pan Am, and I haven't heard back from them. It's possible it was Monday. I think it was Tuesday morning that I did that. So we're at Thursday and we haven't heard back from him. I'll rattle his chain. Maybe tomorrow if I don't hear back. I'm sure he ran it by his lawyers again. And I don't know, they may just be mulling over some thoughts on that. I was hoping that I could hear from Pacheco Ross as to, and maybe one of you knows, see, Adam, we're talking about the railroad property taking
Yes.
or acquisition. One of you may know, or you may know, Adam, how timely is this? How soon do you need to know?
All I can say in that regard is the sooner the better. I'm more concerned about relocation of the utility poles.
The location of the what?
Utility pole and the data lines onto that parcel. That's kind of the more pressing point, I think, because we can accommodate a delay in this as needed. But the utility pole is a process and that needs to be started, which I know it's in the works, but this parcel.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say, I wasn't aware that I was responsible for that.
No.
Okay,
but this parcel is a component of that.
Yeah. And somebody's working on the utility pole issue, because I certainly know those folks don't move very fast either.
So Mayor, we've had a meeting on site with Eversource. We have a plan in place for where those poles are going to be set. The most logical and most convenient location for those poles is on that railroad parcel. So if the acquisition process is going to take a long period of time, if we could get their cooperation for a license to use the property and the ability to move forward with Eversource to relocate the utility poles, that would be very, very helpful and advantageous to moving forward.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm just taking a note here. So thank you for that. That'll help me nudge them, perhaps.
Yeah, correct. Any questions on those two items, the railroad property and the Eversource transmission pole relocations? Okay, good. Adam, maybe you can give us an update on the design development. The interior, let's I put down only because Katrina had sent me a note, just making sure the chief and the fire personnel were all set with the interior design piece, which I believe we took care of at the last meeting, but I just put it in case there was anything that came up in between the two meetings.
We are pressing forward, getting into the nitty gritty of coordination with our consultants, and getting ready for a cost estimate to go out. I believe it's the 6th, so a little over a week from today. Getting ready for the 75% cost estimate to go out to our estimator in advance of bidding. So we're moving forward and pushing ahead.
Great. Typically, how long does it take you to get a response?
We typically ask for around 2 weeks. Sometimes that will go into 2.5, but we're looking for a 2-week turnaround on that.
Good. So it could be ready by the second meeting of May,
Ooh,
could be,
That would be the hope, but I don't want to promise that.
right?
We also have to review it once we receive it back before we can present it to the committee, and that takes some time.
Sure. Any questions on design development for Adam?
Butch, I'd just like to comment. I'd like to suggest that we convene a meeting for the earliest possible time after that estimate is done, even if it means adding a meeting or moving it forward a week, just to make sure that we are in fact in line with what we anticipate for the budget. And if not, we need to be available to make any modifications necessary to stay on budget.
Certainly. So one of the two of you will let me know that.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. All right. Go
Yes,
ahead.
Chief.
Should we preemptively schedule a meeting for one for each week in the first 3 weeks of May? You can always cancel them, but get them posted or get them scheduled ahead of time so you don't fall into if it comes out and we don't have the 48 hours to post, have it ready to go. Just a
Well, I
thought.
would think it'd be more appropriate the week after our second meeting in May.
I think it would be
closest.
the last Thursday in May, be right
Right.
after Memorial Day, or the first week in June, more likely.
Okay, I misunderstood. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, our second meeting in May would be the 26th of May, which is the last Thursday. Yes, David.
Neil, are you suggesting that we schedule maybe the 19th? Adam, would
No.
we have things back by the 19th, or is that too aggressive?
At this point, I would say that's too aggressive.
Okay.
I
Thank
would,
you.
yeah.
So then we're looking for June 2nd, I guess, right?
Yes, that was my intent.
Okay. All right. So,
Do we have to vote to do this, you think?
yeah, why don't we? You know,
I move that we add a meeting to next month's meeting agenda for Thursday, January 2nd at 4:30.
June 2nd.
June
It's
2nd, did I say
warmer.
that? I meant June 2nd, sorry.
is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? None? Okay. David Singer?
Yes.
Butch, yes. Mayor?
Yes.
Chief?
Yes.
Kara, Steve?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
Amy?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
And Jim?
Yes.
Okay. I'll post it. All right. Okay, any other questions for Adam? No? Okay. Pre-qualification subcommittee report, Neil?
So I had a conversation earlier today, and I think that we have a path forward and intend to present to the full committee first meeting in May, which would be May 12th. And that should finish the pre-qualification process.
So then once we vote on that, what's the next step in that process?
The contractors that have successfully pre-qualified will be notified by mail, as will the contractors who have not pre-qualified. And we would like to provide to them an updated bid schedule as to when they can anticipate documents being available and the method by which they'll be distributed. So we'll work with Adam to firm up the bidding schedule, and we will get that out and available to the contractors. And then we will need to advertise the project once the documents are completed.
Any questions for Neil? Everybody good? All right, thank you, Neil.
You.
Temporary fire station updates, anything new, chief? Nothing new? Anybody have any questions for the chief? No? No, good. Any new business to talk about? No? We've arrived at adjournment then.
Jeez, that was quick.
Jeez. How you like that?
So moved.
Second? Want to stay? Is there a second?
Second.
Second, all right. Okay, David Singer,
Yes.
Butch, yes. Mayor,
Yes.
Chief,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Jane,
Yes.
Amy,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to see you all. Bye-bye.
See you all.
See you next month.
Good.